ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team Radiant team pick a Dire team
It doesn't feel like
Wind Ranger at your service.
Hopefully the delayed stream, that is Twitch. Better situation. But yeah, hey, we're back. Hello.
hello.
We had a little bit of technical issues, so apologies for that. But we're here now with Complexity versus Planet Odd.
Are you ready?
Lacoste, you want to give us a brief summary of our breakdown of the draft?
First pick Drow Ranger, not what we usually see. I don't know what you saw from the stream. Then it got followed up by much dominated the lane, went for drums and Road of Aethas on Wind Ranger. Hero becomes so tanky with it, it's pretty much impossible to kill. He also had a root lockdown for Ember Spirit. There's no root needed this game, but we'll see how it works.
30 seconds
Yeah,
to battle.
the Wind Ranger off lane. They did this yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
Didn't work. They're facing up against a gyrocopter, and that lane went very well because of it, but unfortunately it still didn't prove to be enough as a whole to be able to win the game. The Puck versus Lina matchup, how do you think that goes for the Puck with the Drow Ranger?
Puck
Is
should,
that enough to
yeah,
sway
Puck
it
should
over?
do fine. He can phase shift out of Dragon Slave. Should be good. Bounty Hunter doesn't threaten Puck that much. Also you have Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman is good against Puck, but in the later stages he's not really mobile in the game. Didn't Planet Odd win that game with Wind Ranger?
Did they? I thought that was game number 3. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, they won that game.
Oh yeah, very similar lineup. Okay. I am still not sure. I don't think our stream is actually going to be able to catch any of this.
I steal from the slow.
Either way, those of you in Dota TV tools us. Let's see. Swinamelon's going to be matched up against a Drow Ranger lineup. This should be okay. Earthshaker is kind of one of those offlaners who can always get something done. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Moon Meander does have the help of Misery here against this Trine lane. They do have the sentry down. They are going to be able to get a stun onto Siegfried. Gets a lot of damage onto him. Actually brings him down to about 110 health. Demon actually picking up the Ether Shock for this lane. Close to the Shackles. Probably better against the dual lane.
Yeah, 140 damage, level 1. Also one of the strongest spells, level 1, besides Bane. Earthshaker with 2 mangoes will always have mana on top. They don't have much kill potential with Warlock and Drow Ranger there, and they need to either move Sanking or wait for more levels in Frost Arrows. What do you feel about Necro? Necro as a hero, pretty much we see him being picked to counter, let's say, a Bristleback, but other than that, he's not picked that often.
I feel like he's pretty good just because the laning phase situation usually offers you so much, but that's completely countered by the fact that they have this Wind Ranger Sand King. We've already seen the Bounty Hunter has been kind of forced down to the bottom lane. Shadow Shaman's not going to get his free, solo offlaner that he likes to be able to just harass out. So I feel like a large part of this Wind Ranger, Drow Ranger combination is actually killing a lot of what the Necrophos' initial strength is supposed to be.
I think a lot of teams still don't underestimate the heal amount once he uses a Ghost Shroud. It's really hard to calculate how much damage he can tank actually and heal up.
Yeah, he death pulses and he pops his, magic wand charges, maybe has a fairy fire, or uses a little bit of healing salve, and all of a sudden he goes from 10% to 90%.
To 140% HP.
140%. Mathematician Lacoste.
A Russian Necro would be able to do it. Remember those elections? When Putin got 140%?
Yeah. Misery, trying to position himself. Does have the boots first. Moo is actually a little bit low. He did go for the magic wand build up here, which I thought was kind of interesting. He even has the extra branches.
Maybe just for extra stats, and he has those extra 2 branches, and it gives actually a lot during the laning stage. Extra 2 damage, mana pool for him, also 2 strength. Ranger picks up phase boots. She can pretty.
Our stream is back now. Back to a closer time to ours.
Alright, and we're back. Warlock saving up points. Yesterday we saw him scaling level 2 Upheaval, which is pretty interesting. Then he goes for max Fatal Bonds after that, with ulti of course. Upheaval, such an underrated spell. You can just win a team fight with a good placed Upheaval, but you need to place your hero somewhere they can't stun you.
Yeah, I've seen a couple times this. I've seen a couple different Warlock builds, but I really do feel like Upheaval is the most impactful outside of the laning phase. It's just crazy how, unless you're dealing with just like all blinking heroes or something, that this Upheaval just destroys the team fight if you're able to get it off for more than 3 seconds.
Imagine casting it in Rasta or Crystal Maiden.
Switched it, but Wolves the fights run. Our mid lane matchup, how'd that go? 25-3 compared to 31-9, plus Weehaw still has several CS on the bank here. So this is going very well for Weehaw. Bottom lane is going well for the Wind Ranger. It seems like Planet Odd may have a repeat of their game number 2 with this strategy. Drow Ranger, Wind Ranger winning the laning phase quite hard. And maybe turning into a successful mid-game. We'll have to see. Z-Freak hasn't really managed to get a whole lot done as this Bounty Hunter. No early kills. Hasn't managed to win the mid lane or anything like that. And his harassment of the Drow Ranger is going to be easily countered by... Oh, mid lane. Hero's going to be jumped on. Misery does have the Burrow Strike. Holds off onto it for a little bit. Weehaw still has an orb to be thrown out. Firo should be dying here as the Caustic Finale is the one to finish him off. Misery takes a little bit of strike there from Swinamons. Also, Z-Freak, his bro, comes in, but all of it is for naught. Mina is the first blood.
This is so worthy for Planet Odd. When Puck hit level 6, oh, nice stun. No vision there, he just wanted to secure Misery. What a player. And it benefits the top lane as well. I mean, Drow Ranger was already pretty much free farming, but Earthshaker uses a TP. Pretty much spends time doing nothing, couldn't stop that game. Now gets up a haste rune. Misery scouts it.
What do you like for builds, by the way, on the Necrophos? Because I was a big fan of, back when Mouse was running it all the time, Madara had this build. Oh, Z-Freak just got caught out by a Sentry. They might have enough slow to be able to bring him down. He gets outside of range. And Warlock kills, you know. But Madara's build.
Yeah, you were saying, I don't know the Madara build.
He goes Force Staff into Aghanim Scepter.
Force Staff, good to get the hero out of the focus from Sanking Stun, maybe the Puck Coil, Shackle. It's a good build, I guess. We've seen a lot of Pitas. That's a really good item for the hero because it gives him so much stats.
Oh, Weehaw and Firo having a battle here in the mid lane. The coil not enough to be able to bring Firo down.
Dyer's middle tower
walk
is
away and shrug
learning
off
to
those injuries.
fear.
Yesterday we saw someone going Necro with a heart instead of Eggs. Eggs is such a valuable item on Necro. It's a must-have. At one point you need to have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Team fights definitely draw out long enough that Aghanim Scepter comes in big time. Necropose is doing all right, 30 and 10, but compare that to the Wind Ranger, 35 and 10. Again, Moon Meander is just destroying with this Wind Ranger with the extra damage from the Drow Ranger's
Radiant's
position.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and once again he's gonna go for that drums. More and more we see people picking up drums.
Yeah, what was
I'm
it?
happy about it because item was kind of forgotten. Even yesterday we saw Jawar, he was not doing good on that jug. He went for drums instead, which paid off.
What was his build? Because he went another like kind of small stat item afterwards, right? It was drums and then what?
Drums into ATAS.
Yeah,
Into eggs, so I don't know, it was 2.k HP Wind Ranger.
Yeah, it was crazy how tanky he was, and he was still outputting a good amount of damage again, because he doesn't really need damage items. That's what the Drow Ranger is for. Moon Meander kind of baiting Moo in here because he does have a two-man smoke coming out. Misery and Resolution can jump forward here. Nice shackle shot. They're going to be able to get the quick kill onto Moo, and now Demon, as he runs his way through the trees, is probably going to be caught by Moon Meander, and Planet Odd will pick up 2. So that rotation, nice smoke movement out. Bringing the Drow Ranger to that tier 2, smoking through the lane. A nice fast rotation from Planet Odd that gets them a big lead now.
This is how we play with Drow Ranger. You need to get something done. They just killed 2 heroes and they're gonna push the lane. Seems like Complexity wants to defend it. Can they do it? That's the thing. I mean, Misery is already behind.
Yeah, this is it's a little difficult, especially since they're also trying to go on Soxa. In the top lane, Z-Freak has already slowed him down with a TP coming in for Misery. They actually are going to go for this quick kill, but the Echo Slam's not quite enough. Z-Freak does not have the damage to be able to finish him off either, so Misery barely managed to save his fellow support's life, unless the Fissure, oh no, still not enough, 14 HP. Z-Freak, is he going to go back there? He is, but the TP scroll has already been used. Misery definitely dodges Swindlemelon's attempt with the Enchant Totem stun. They're searching for this Warlock, but they will find nothing but air behind that tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, the bottom lane looks like Demon actually ends up going down. Resolution. I'll just pick up that kill.
404 error. Couldn't find the Warlock. Also, Warlock just got 1 point in Fatal Bonds. He's still saving points. Also, he just bought a Tome. Level 10, they bought a Smoke. They're ready to fight.
Yeah, I like the choice of them putting the experience onto the Warlock. Like that rotation out, you know, leaves sucks. We see this all the time with like heroes like Warlock, Winter Wyvern, those kind of heroes that you just leave them in a safe lane to be able to get their level 6 a bit faster because they have such a big team fight ability. And move that carry around to try and get some early pressure.
Yeah, that's what Planet Odd was always good at. Just getting XP to the heroes they need. When someone rotates, there's a almost immediate rotation for the other hero.
Laguna Blade.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But yeah, you were saying Planet Odd very good at those kind of like fast rotations.
Yeah, when you saw immediately when Drow went top, Misery still had his TP ready for the save, and Warlock on top just taking the XP, then Warlock TP's back to now have 10-minute level 6 both supports. That's amazing.
You can see from the cheering Complexity, I feel really good about that rotation mid because everything was going pretty badly. You know, bottom lane was getting stormed, they couldn't really stop it. They're failing to get some of these kills, and then boom, they get the fast kill onto Weehaw's Puck and turn that into a tier 1 tower push. That ends up going down. That is worth way more than the safe lane Radiant Tower. The Complexity. Now they may just be able to set up another kill here. Hero does manage to get the LSA. Not able to get any follow-up though. Meanwhile, top lane, Misery and Weehaw combo up to manage to kill Moo again. Moo now sitting at a score of 0-2-0. Only 45 CS. He's hitting below Swindlemelon. when it comes to farm, and that's a place that nobody wants to be.
Well, yeah, and his item choice, I don't think it's sometimes good to go for a mech on Necro if you're dominating and you just want to keep the pressure, but as a comeback item, it's not that good. Maybe he'll just keep the buckler and go for something else, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
It's
I think it's a nice armor.
Yeah, just for the armor against the draw aura, because everyone deals the right click damage.
Radiant's middle tower is
Tier 1 tower. That's going to be
look
going
at
down
Misery,
fast.
going so deep.
Jesus, he's going to be stunned up, but they do have the chaotic offering to follow all of this up. Weehaw jumps in, manages to get the silence to finish off the Lina. Echo's Land does control him though. They are going to be able to get the Reaper's Sight to be able to finish him off, but it is going to be traded away. Swindlemonks get caught by that shackle shot. Managed to trade 2 for 1 and take that mid tower.
Planet Odd getting so much more out of these fights. Puck sitting on a Whale, level 11. Lina, level 10. What's she gonna go for? Seems like...
I see more
Yules early on to remove... I mean, there are 2 silences from Drow and Puck, so Yule Scepter might be a better choice.
I do like the Yule Scepter. It feels like they're gonna need to be active here, and like they just can't let Planet Odd take all these towers, right? That would just be a death sentence. So they need to be a little bit more active. I feel like the Yule Scepter build kind of promotes movement speed, great stats, sets up an LSA combination as well as a save mechanism. As you said, we've got the silence and a lot of direct damage to throw onto Alina that's out of position. We'll see if Firo agrees. They actually go for a 4-man smoke up. Only 3 of them heading here into the jungle area. Z-Freak's got to be leading things off with his invisibility, but Planet Odd do seem to have some idea of what's going on. You can see they're playing very defensive here in this offlane side. Got to go for a smoke themselves. Off deep behind the tier 1 tower. Looks like he's going to be setting up his team's rotation.
Yeah, they know what's up. They immediately smoke. They don't have a rock, but they can still fight. It's level 3 Fatal Bonds. That combined with Puck spells, it's more than enough.
I thought Misery for sure was going to sell that wind laser by the TP. It looks like they actually caught Z-Freak. Missed that one. Smoke pop. They got the kill there. But it does cost them that big team fight that they really wanted. That is, in fact, a death by Z-Freak that is well worth it, in my opinion, because I could see Planet Odd just running over the entirety of Complexity in that top lane.
Yeah, and once the rock is up, they might even go and try to force a Roche fight. Earthshaker still doesn't have a Blink Dagger, Planet Odd doesn't know that. With Shadow Blade, they're more mobile, Sanking with a Blink, they can easily pick off 1 or 2 heroes and have pretty much enough time to kill the Roche.
And one of these heroes is very much affected by the silence. Necrophos likes to be able to feel comfortable pushing out side lanes and farming away, but in a game like this, he actually has to play pretty careful. As you can see, Planet Odd do make rotation down here, looking for any heroes in the trees.
Oh, Jimmy in trouble. That lane ward scouting him.
Misery. Stop it. Does get the Burrow Strike. It's not going to follow up with an Epicenter, just stops the TP. And that may be, yeah, the revealed Blink Dagger.
Let's see if Planet Odd can keep the pressure. He just showed his Blink Dagger, he's on top, they have a tier 1 tower if he wants a TP or a shrine, there it is. This Wind Ranger is so big. Nice shackle.
That is worth it. They can actually just take Swindlemonks out of the equation. There's no way that Complexity can really fight for this tier 2. The lanes really aren't in position for Complexity to trade away. So
delaying that Blink Dagger is one of the biggest threats.
Oh, nice double stun there from Misery with the follow-up. Dream Coil, beautiful combination that's going to be able to net at least 1 kill on a Z-Freak. A silence onto Swindlemonks is actually preventing him from laying out any damage till finally it wears off. Does manage to get the Fisher, almost sets up the LSA. Another nice double stun from Misery with the Cosmic Finale.
Oh,
almost finished him off.
shot.
That missed power shot may have just cost them the kill, as a little bit of heal from Moo will keep Swindlemonks alive. Planet Odd probably taking a little bit of surprise there. Buyback from Swindlemonks does help Complexity contest that tower push. They end up getting the deny as well as a couple kills.
A little bit of misplay there from Planet Odd. I guess Saxa didn't count that Shackle will hit on Earthshaker first time, so he dropped the rock.
Yeah.
But Misery with what? 2 or 3 times double man stun. This is what good sanking players do. They don't want to commit to using epicenter. It's always good to go first with a blink, use a double stun. It's so much more valuable than using an epi. Then you just go back and you still have epi for the next fight. They can't really go together.
Yeah, his second entrance into that fight when he got the second 2-man stun, one of which is hitting Swindemons. If he'd actually gotten that kill, and he was so close to getting it, the power shot just off the mark, that would have been a dieback on Swindemons, and you could have then at least said, well, that fight might have gone bad, but for Swindemons specifically, that's still a very delayed Blink Dagger. But because he didn't die and he was part of the fight and he managed to be a part of the build and got a lot of space, he is just 500 gold away from this big team initiating.
Yeah, with that buyback, he actually got something out of it. Pretty much he was sitting on the same gold, so he is good. At least he got some XP from it, that's it.
What's she doing here, Mitsu? Wants to maybe set up a kill on Swindemons, but there's no way Epicenter or Strike can bring this guy down, so he does need some additional health complexity. Are going to be smoked up a pretty decent spot. I hear the Epicenter going up, but at the same time, they are going to be able to execute the Warlock. Sure enough, the Epicenter not even close to bringing down the Earthshaker, but he does follow up here as Planet Odd managed to come in with Weeha. Now the rest of Complexity hot on their trails, do have the track movement speed to give them as well. Weeha find a way out of this one. Misery tries to give up his life in order to make sure that Weeha does get out, gets deep into the trees, TP's away, out of reach, even if he is out of sight.
Yeah, they still managed to take down only 2 of the heroes and them delaying the Blink Dagger and Shaker. It's still good for Planet Odd and taking the Tier 2 tower on mid. Meanwhile, Windrunner also free farming. Look at the farm on that Windrunner.
Rod of Atos, drums, building into a BKB now. He is second in net worth for Planet Odd, 3rd overall. Thero's just trying to be the one to keep it all together right now. Finished up the Bloodstone. So we can start to see those Bloodstone charges mounting up. As the tempo of this game is looking like, Firo is going to have to be that big, high ground defending damage dealer.
Yeah, they
because
need...
Planet Odd are very rapidly taking.
Yeah, they rely so much on how Firo will play in the next 10 minutes. Still, they didn't attempt to go Roche. Feel like Planet Odd feels comfortable just taking these fights because but they only have 1 Tier 2 to kill on top. And if you see Bounty Hunter and Shadow Shaman, these heroes don't scale well. That's the thing. You have a Warlock who's always good. You have a Sanking who's amazing during the mid game, and then you have a Bounty Hunter. They managed to get 2 good kills with track gold, but I'm not sure that's enough.
I foresee the Radiant's top tower falling shortly.
Solar Crest, not Solar Crest, the small one.
On a Bounty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to build on that hero. That hero is...
Yeah.
I'll take your
That hero is weak overall. That's
It's one of the low-cost hate heroes.
yeah, Bane. What is there? Bounty.
Zephyr gonna be caught here. Scouts out the Rochelle. Oh, Jimmy, what are you doing? He just runs forward. It's gonna be the second victim.
No, he doesn't run. He walks.
He shambles on in. Hero. Oh, the Echo Slam on 3! Oh my god, he actually wipes out 3 of them! Swindemons turns the fight entirely. That looked like disaster for Complexity. But the captain of Complexity himself holds it together and wins the fight. Holy shit, what a change-up.
What an Echo. Wow. Oh, literally just erased them. Ooh,
that is
getting
insane.
the chills from this Echo.
I mean, that was like a 1-2 pick off that it just looked like the 1-by-1 mentality where they get Z-Freak, Jimmy's out of position as well, so they get that kill. All of a sudden, we've got a coil on Firo. That was going to turn into 3 kills, and then still Roshan, and then probably tier 2 push and etc. All those other things. But now, with that play, Swindemons has got a whole lot back in the bank for Complexity. And Planet Odd's entire strategy has been probably delayed at least 2 minutes.
They were 3 at the exact same spot. There were literally 3 heroes standing on top of each other. I guess they didn't expect Earthshaker to have a Blink Dagger because they killed him, what, 3 times?
Yeah. It may yet stand.
But still, you can't afford that kind of a misplay.
The Dire have
Jesus.
fortified their grove. Dire's bottom
That is
tower
crazy.
hopes
That looks
for
unreal.
aid.
It's in at 6,000 gold lead not so long ago. Now it's just 3K. Could have dropped even more as Shadow Shaman wards take the bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may yet stand.
Just little mistakes.
He got
Cost so much.
1.5k gold from that,
Yeah, he
just by
almost-
using Echo.
He almost straight up gets
Top tower is
builds
under
up.
attack.
Every
Dire's
point
bottom
counts.
tower is under attack.
So Planet are going to be able to still push into tier 2, but Complexity are doing a pretty good job of countering that play.
The stream tells of tactics.
Complexity at
See
this
the
point.
Radiant's top tower
What's your game
falling
plan? I think it's just like you want to be able to force Planet Odd back as much as possible. You never want to be stuck in that. Okay, we have to defend high ground now, right?
Yeah, they still want to keep the pressure. They have Veil finished on Necro. Good, gives them some stats, mana pool, also some armor against all these right clickers. And maybe that was a Veil Echo Slam. I don't know. They didn't see.
Yeah,
maybe that's
I'm not
why
sure
it
where
did so
Mu
much
was in the
damage.
fight. So you're happy with his change up of build, right?
Yeah,
Buckler
definitely,
into
yeah.
Veil. That is
Yeah.
so much armor.
Crimson Guard is one of the best items to have against the all lineups.
Wind Ranger as well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe Bounty Hunter after he finishes Solar Crest. He also got some gold there. Could possibly pick up that one. Our Puck.
Behold!
Working on the Lincoln Sphere. You're gonna need a lot of them to protect against the Reaper's sight. Some of the initiation. Seafreak gonna pop another smoke here. Doesn't look like they had the counter vision on any of their heroes. Draw to silence, didn't manage to hit him, but oh, stun actually does hit onto Mu.
Big prize.
Odd. Kind of following this up, Saksa is sitting in the back, holding on to Chaotic Offering, waiting for Complexity to funnel in, trying to save Mu. But Complexity do remain pretty calm and collected there. They just maintain this kind of four-man semicircle around Mu.
They didn't have a Gush from Power Ranger. It was on cooldown. Okay, they're going in with a Puck.
Yeah, they got the free kill on Seafreak. Something. And what will they do in this space now? They actually gonna go high ground with this Aegis. Looking like it.
They need to focus Necro. Lina also has a Blink Dagger, so she can position herself well in teamfights. I'm not sure that's going to be possible. It's hard against Power Shot, it's against Puck Ulti, against Fatal Bonds. She needs to stand at first
Dire's top
at
tower is under attack.
super
It
big
fights
range
for
away.
its life.
We've seen Firo with this build twice. It's like his own little quirk.
Yeah, we saw it
Dire's
when
top
he was
tower
playing,
is
he
feeling
had
its
what,
mortality.
Void in his team,
Yeah.
so he could
Void
position
and
himself.
tanking or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. Somewhat of a similar scenario. He's got the Shaker to follow up, but I think in some ways he just likes the idea of being able to reposition himself as Alina, because, you know, it's a lot of it's also just the right-click firepower, right? So Weehaw uses Blink here. Whoa, boo.
Oh, he knows something is up.
I'm not sure if he heard something, spotted something, but he knows. There are heroes waiting in the wings. Now, Swindamelons, he wants to actually bait this out. So Mu's going to come forward. Fortunately, thanks to the ward placed by Misery, they will see Swindamelons attempting to bait out Mu. So Weehaw's not going to make that committal. Blink Dagger now on the Necrophos as well.
Oh, this is a good setup. They have 3 Blinks. They're really mobile. With just a Fisher, Blink Laguna Blade, and Blink Reaper Sight. Pretty much every hero dies.
Greek continues his constant scouting out of the enemy.
Coin for me.
Odd. Think. Whoa. Did they actually see that one? They got the silence onto him.
Yeah.
That is going to be a dead bounty hunter and probably a ward that gets countered as well. With the BKB finish up for the Wind Ranger, we now have this pretty good high ground sieger where you can just focus fire and pop BKB when necessary. It's hitting that tier 3.
Well, this is the purpose of picking a bounty hunter. Just scout, provide vision for your team, suicide. That's pretty much what he will be doing for the next end of the game.
Misery has an invis rune, but I think they're comfortable jumping on a Necrophos with who knows how many heroes behind him. Right now, they really don't see a whole lot on the map. Jimmy is trying to do his split pushing with the Shadow Shaman. I think we had a conversation about this, right, where you need to be able to put pressure on towers with the Shadow Shaman support. You can't just sit back in the base constantly.
Yeah, but it's really hard to get out of the base. They took tier 2 tower on bottom, especially against Shadowblade on Drow Ranger, Sanking, even Wind Ranger TPing. I mean, the hero just dies, but he needs to do a Jimmy things, right? Go through the forest, get a Quelling Blade, classic Jimmy stuff.
Remember, that was one of his favorite things with Keeper of the Light.
Yeah.
Burrowing his way through trees.
Beastmaster, just you know, classic Jimmy, I guess.
We missed out on the Z-Freak pushing out here. He actually gives himself a Tinker Warp with an Invis rune here. Kind of interesting.
Well, it's as you mentioned, Tinker Ward, but a lot of teams started to use it. It's general, just to protect your safe lane. So a lot of players love to be there, not only
Illusion.
Z-Freak trying to set up this kill on Weehaw. Windows can go in with the instant stun. Control the puck for about 5 to 6 seconds, but...
By the way, if Planet Dog doesn't qualify, are they gonna be an EU team again?
I believe they wanted to be an EU team, yeah. But because...
What do you Americans feel about it? If they qualify, you're gonna praise them as an American team, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
That's what America is all about. Anybody who wants to be American can be American. As long as you can get through the visa process and the travel bans and yeah, all those sort of things. But border control, etc. And while you're here, watch out for that racial profiling. But besides all of that, so yeah, if they want to be American, we're absolutely going to take them under our wing, under the flag, and tout them as our own.
Are you gonna add one more? Was it Panama? Or I don't know which.
You talking about Mount Rushmore?
No. Someone wanted to join. I don't know if that even qualify. I've read it somewhere that you might add another star on the flag.
Yeah. They voted to. They voted for statehood. It wasn't someone else.
Never mind.
But it takes a while. I don't think that's it.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. Planet
Dog
just qualified for the international. Congratulations to them. Imagine if Planet Dog qualifies, and they already did, and Planet Odd doesn't.
Superior planning. Demon. Almost getting caught here by Weehaw. Still has the coil.
No TP ready, but still there's a Sanking there.
You are dead, Demon. All you can do is buy more seconds. That's what he does. But Complexity are smoked up, and they're making a very rapid rotation straight to Resolution, but Sentry, oh no, the dust goes out too late. Now the Shackle shot straight into Firo, as well as Swindle onto the back line. He still has his Blink. It doesn't actually get hit by the Chaotic Offering, so maybe he can actually jump in. Firo being pecked at by Moon Meander does manage to get the Bloodstone Suicide. Meanwhile, Puck actually dies to the Reaper Scythe over the cliff there. Planet Odd trade. It's a Bloodstone Suicide on Lina, and they got a Reaper Scythe death on the Puck. That feels like that was actually still okay for Complexity.
Still good, but those Bloodstone charges are going down. Also, Wind Ranger is just getting bigger. That Road of Atas build is just amazing. If you use Atas, it gives you 2 extra second move for a Shackle shot angle.
Let him know. That's a Heal Scepter combination here, but immediately bounced up by Resolution. Jimmy's here, but only gives the Hex onto Moon Meander to follow up. from Firo is enough to be able to bring down that carry. Can they get resolution though? As BKB's wearing out soon. Swinamon does have a Fisher coming in. Doesn't quite manage to block him, but it may not matter as they got the damage out. Nukes double kill for Firo, and Planet Odd begin to crumble. That fight up here at the Shrine area was pretty lucky for them, but Complexity get another great fight in the mid-river.
And the Roche is up. This is so big for Complexity. They got, what, 4 track kills? One previous one.
Aegis. Jeez. This is so good.
Aegis to lead, probably cheese to Necro.
Jeez is so good. Having an extra life on the carry.
He doesn't even have that amount of HP so he doesn't even need to use a Ghost Shroud. It restores 2.5k HP anyway.
Still trying to get a Lotus Orb.
2 silences, can remove a Shackle, can remove pretty much anything.
Turns Burrow Strike.
Can it remove Shackle actually? I don't think so.
Oh, no, that's a
strong
hard
spell. Yeah. Sorry about that.
But right on the silences.
Just some extra armor. What is he sitting at? 30 armor.
Damn.
64% physical resistance.
And he almost has the Aghanim Scepter complete. It's switched up. Decides not to go for the Lotus Orb. So just a value plate now for now. Force Staff is the next choice for our Bounty Hunter. Now that he's got some mana, we've showcased Firo almost getting the Shivas. Weepod does not have his Dust ready to go. So I'm sure he's more
He just
scared
used
for
the
his
scan
life.
to scout the Bounty Hunter.
This way. Rotations up. Complexity gonna go for that tier 2 with the Aegis. Planet Odd don't really have the lane super far pushed out. There's no tier 2 to threaten down here. So Planet Odd want to be able to force Complexity back. They've got to go for a fast high ground push here. Keep Complexity away from the high ground.
Okay, so Earthshaker is actually getting Crimson Guard, what I was talking about. Getting it on Bounty Hunter, but seems like Bounty Hunter doesn't have enough gold to get it. Really
I guess there's really not much that you need on an Earthshaker past this, right?
Yeah, maybe a Shadow Blade at some point, just for the better positioning. But it's a good item. So Earthshaker is so tanky. It's Power Thread Strength 10 plus his level 10 Strength. That's 20 Strength. That's a lot of HP. And he has a lot of armor.
Now, Planet Odd, they saw the Necrophos TP back, showed himself. They backed up real quick. Alright, mission accomplished. I thought they were going to go farm, but they're actually sticking around and trying to set up some sort of trap to see if any of those heroes push out the bottom lane, and they can actually maintain on an offensive front here. But nobody from Complexity is sticking their neck out. A bit too wise to the situation.
Yeah, this is where Jimmy should stand. Look at him. Just trying to be top. I think it's pointless to be in the base. Even if he dies, still gets more, even if he uses Ether Shock twice, 3 times on a creep wave.
I like that Complexity is doing this. That it seems very clear to me that they know how to be able to force Planet Odd back into a situation that they don't want to. They even put Firo here in this bottom line with the Aegis, so that is just simply not a hero that Planet Odd can comfortably go on. They're still farming out pretty well though. They've got an Aghanim Scepter coming in for the Mid-Ranger. Duro Ranger is actually working on a Diffuser Blade, always need one against a Necrophos and our Puck. Still not completing up that link. Yeah, Puck coming in fast.
Puck didn't get any good items for what? Past 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's been a while.
SK picked up a gem just to kill Bounty Hunter, just to be bored. Pipe is finished, negate all the damage from Earthshaker and Necro, Lina. Pretty much everything is magical besides Lina.
First times in the whole game, Complexity are holding on to a lead. A small one, but it is a lead nonetheless, and a pretty big experience through those fights. Freak scouting out behind the
Dyer's
tier 2
middle
tower.
tower is under attack.
Chips away.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen. No tree shall ever
Time to go
grow
high
there.
ground complexity. Chip away to tier 3. They do have to be very careful with their high ground push because there is so much catch from the Planet Odd side. But they're sitting so far back, they just letting the long-range Pharaoh sit forward. He does have that Aegis. Windmander is trying to take that Aegis away for free, hoping not to commit too much to that first life. Will manage to get it. Fit into BKB. That is acceptable. Still, though, their tier 3 almost dropped from all that damage from Pharaoh. Again, it's insane, the physical damage output of this Lina.
Yeah, needs a little bit of nerf there, and she's not even 25 yet. That's the problem. Now they gave cheese to Lina, so she's gonna continue doing that.
See if Pharaoh can finish it up.
They need those Lincoln Spheres on Planet Odd. I'm surprised Saxa didn't go for
Yeah, against Reaper's Sight.
Against Reaper's Sight, it's so good.
That item like
Because you have enough
single-handedly
time to
killed
cast it.
Necrophos when it first came out.
Well, I can understand why he's going. Maybe just to give some extra. Everyone has a lot of armor right now on the complexity side, so just remove all that armor, especially when Wind Ranger is focusing it. Once Wind Ranger gets just the Crystallis, she's gonna be like 2 times stronger than she is right now.
Yeah. Oh, Planet Odd. This 5-man smoke is going to be a little difficult. They are going into high ground here. It's going to pop. Saxa is the first one to get popped here as Weeha on the right-hand side. Heal Scepter on himself. Trying to stay safe. Does cling forward. Managed to get the coil. Goes on to Demon first. Does have the Glimmer Cape though. They managed to get the silence on the move, but Swinamons is going to counter. They managed to get the jump onto Weeha, but the Chaotic Offering stops all that combination. Misery having trouble with his epicenter complexity. They're actually going to lose Pharaoh here very quickly. He's already in through the cheese, and Resolution just needs a couple more pot shots to be able to finish him off. They see him for a second. Get the Rod of Eight puts out. Yule Scepter down. Fisher is up, but a silence goes down first. Pharaoh managed to blink himself away though, surviving for now. Swinamelons, he's going to pop out. No, but no, the Shekel shot. The Echo Slam doesn't actually latch in. The Echo Slam is going to be able to hold in this Wind Ranger. And the Shuriken helps finish him off. Complexity now to run on through. Have already completed 2 of 3 heroes, make it a 4th now. Planet Odd just looking for Resolution. They don't even need to look. They know exactly where he's at. They've got the track on top of him. They're going to be able to slow him down. Weeha's going to try and save Resolution's life, but it's just not going to happen. The Reaper Sight will cut him down to size. 100 seconds on the clock with buyback available for Planet Odd, but Complexity, a full 5-man still. Are able to go for a high ground push if they want. It looks like they're not feeling too comfortable doing it right away. They're going to back up, go for the Shrine, take advantage. 80 seconds still that the Zero Ranger has for a death side.
They didn't even use big Echo Slam. It was 1-man Echo Slam. The problem for Planet Odd is there was no successful shackle shots, and they try to focus Lina. It's so hard to take her down.
Radiant's
Crimson
bottom
Guard
tower is under attack.
the item in this game. Also, Lina had a cheese, then used Fuel Scepter, blinked out.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
A lot of time committed to kill Lina, and even if they committed, she could actually suicide it.
Yeah. Oh, jump forward with the Shiva. It's going to be able to get the jump kill onto a Sandkey with no buyback. They actually destroy the Warlock as well, but he does have buyback. Shackle shot latches onto Moo as well as Swinamon in the back line, but Moo is super tanky. And they surely don't want to go on him first. They're going to have to deal with these damn wards. The wards managed to finish up the tier 3 tower.
Unhealable damage. Focus the range racks.
Focus the range racks. Well, you gotta forgive them. They at least came close to taking the melee racks. My biggest pet peeve is when you know for sure you're not gonna get that melee racks and you still try and hit it.
Well, that's the thing. You always feel like you need to take it, but once you get that feeling that you're not taking it, it feels so bad.
Look at that lead. I can't help but thinking this all comes back to Swindamelon.
Swindamelon 3-man Echo. Yeah.
Like, Planet Odd were looking in such good control of the game. They were taking Roshan. They would have had an Aegis with 5 heroes.
Yes.
I remember, like, the side lanes weren't very well pushed in at the time either, so Planet Odd would have felt pretty free to just go wherever they wanted to and just kind of constrict the map. But that one play gave Complexity a large ray of hope. Got several strong team fights since then, now up to over a 15k gold lead. And
Look at this Necro with the assault finish. This is so ballsy. When is the last time you saw Necro with assault curious? Pretty much never.
Yeah, I figured, you know, plate mail into Lotus Orb.
Probably
Shivas on
Shivas, yeah,
Firo,
but Lina already has Shivas, so no point in going for Shivas.
Lou's like, you know, he's looking at Firo, this machine gun. He's like, that looks kind of fun. I kind of want to do that too, you know? I want to be a right clicker. Move. Dual Scepter does still have the phase shift as well as the orb. Is he going to blink to it? I don't think so. Yeah, he's going to. Yeah, Complexity are going to miss that kill.
I'll take your
Got
treat.
baited up by the orb pretty hard there. A gem for Z-Freak. Didn't actually spot this one out earlier. Looks like Misery bought it. Like, took it away from him in that last team.
Yeah, they need that purge to remove the Ghost Shroud. Draw Ranger is trying to get one because they can't focus the hero. Even if they do, they need so much time to actually kill him.
Yeah.
Still has one more slot available, then he can build towards Refresher if needed. Well, this is why I was talking about Aghanim Scepter being the best item on Necrolite. Can use it twice, sometimes even 3 times during the team fight.
Silence.
I think it takes a lot of the pressure off of using Reaper's Sight. It's so important to get that kill for the regeneration.
Radiant's top tower
Now,
is under
sometimes in team
attack.
fights you can almost lead off with Reaper's Sight. All of the damage. Saxa is going to be caught out here by Z-Freak. The rest of his team is pretty deep here, trying to push out lanes.
What is this hero? Look at Lina, she's sitting on 455 move speed without boots of speed.
Yeah.
Nerves
Dropped
incoming.
off the phase
Radiant's
boots
top
because
tower is under
Yeah, you
attack.
need
Who the
an
hell
extra
needs it?
slot or Eye of Scott.
It's pretty absurd. Demon.
I foresee the Radiant's top tower.
Whoa, jump in, Echo Slam. They've actually managed to catch Weehaw here. The silence is there from Resolution. Took the tier 3 tower and now hope to make the escape. Necrophos is here. They're all hiding in the trees. BKB, TP out. Weehaw. His TP was canceled, but Complexity don't actually know that. So it'll just take them a while to get back. But Planet Odd do manage to take a tier 3 with all that split push. Well played. Won't be able to stop this Roshan though, I'm sure.
They have a rock, but the Roche is pretty much dead. So what does Lina drop? Fuel Scepter.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
There goes something.
Pity the beast. For though he dies
Another cheese
now,
for the
he
Necrophos.
will live and die again.
The poor girl is only down to 400 movement speed without heals. Weehaw turns around, gets the old scepter onto Firo. Firo with no Blink Dagger for quite some time. I have to say, this Blink Dagger is pulling up big.
Yeah,
At one
it's-
time where Yule's blinked himself away, it's huge. He's
This-
managed to set up a couple kills.
Yep, item is paying off, but he will need to replace it soon. Probably go for a Bloodthorn or just Daedalus, whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Maybe MK. Well, MKB is actually a better choice against the Wind Ranger and the Solar Crest.
That wasn't Kite the Burrow Strike, nor was that the Fisher. It's like Misery will
Monster kill.
will take him down.
85 seconds, still has buyback.
A little bit deja vu. I've seen this word before. Planet Odd are hoping to be able to catch somebody who goes and stops this creep wave, but Complexity rather, they're just going to keep pushing forward, cutting the creep wave out entirely. The rest of them are going to rotate to the side here. Moonmeander's going to stumble right into them. He does have a BKB, goes for the out. Reaper's Sight is there to be able to stop it though. So Moonmeander may still be caught. He'll be hexed up. You have the control of the shackles. Easy. Bring down both Misery and Moonmeander again. That Aghanim Scepter. Little cooldown coming in.
And it's ready in 5 seconds once again. Pretty much you can use it all the time. Well, level 25 talent. For Necro. -1 second deadbolt. That is so shitty.
Yeah, I much prefer the HP. They're going to kill you, it's going to be because of stun lock and burst damage most of the time. So we'll see what Mu opts to pick here, because he is incredibly tanky. He may not feel he needs it. is going still back to the Lotus Orb. Even more armor going to be picked up here. And he does get no more. So like 2,700 HP. Arlena is actually ahead of him at 2,800 with a second life, thanks to that Aegis. Planet Odd do not have one of the big damage dealers for this fight. Blue Manor still needs another 15 seconds. So it looks like they may just give up to mid lane and fight for bottom. Blue Manor's just not up fast enough. They're going to lose like their tier 3 and maybe even a Rax before this. The Epicenter, they're going to make their initiation. Immediately brawl D-Freak Evolving Heroes. The Bounty Hunter's down, sure, but what's that really mean? Heroes jump forward. He's actually gone straight, managed to kill the Warlock. Nice Echo Slam from Twin Developed left-hand side. Managed to control 2 again. Now the buyback is going to start funneling in. Misery is back again, but can't manage to save Weehaw, who does have a buyback still. But all the damage dealers at Complexity are doing fine. Who gives a damn? If the Bounty Hunter's dead, he doesn't mean shit when it comes to an actual team fight. It's this 4-man of Complexity all looking strong, and Planet Odd gave it up. Game number 1 is over. Planet Odd are crumbling. Complexity may just have their way back into the TI qualifier.
They committed the epicenter there. I think the game was pretty much over. But still, you don't want to go for that play. Just kill Bounty Hunter. That's the weakest hero in the whole lineup. And now you don't have any burst damage. I don't know. Complexity managed to come back into the game with that big Echo Slam from Swindle's 3-man Echo. We'll see if that pays off for the later series.